Dear viewers, today I am going to show you the single phase dual converter generic kit developed by National-Infotech. So first of all, we will see the construction. So this is the MCB control switch. Once you can turn on the control circuit will turn on. Okay, this is the converter 1, converter 2. In between that we have connected the inductors, okay, circulating inductors, and in between those converter we have connected the load here. Okay, with this kit we have given this load R and RL. You can connect only R load or RL load, do not connect the L load. Okay, then this switch is for the toggle switch. Okay, once it is upside it is circulating mode, once it is downside it is non-circulating mode. This port will be given for the control of firing angle. Okay, this switch is for the turn on, this switch is for the turn off, and this switch is to apply the firing angle, and this point is the test points where we can see the waveform gate pulses. Okay, now turn on the supply. First you can turn on the controller supply. Okay, then you can see once switch is at downside non-circulating mode, here you can see the non-circulating mode. Okay, then you can start it by pressing this button, you can start. Okay, now you can see here one port is given. So in the circulating mode what will happen, once converter 1 is working, at that time converter 2 is totally off. Once converter 2 is working, converter 1 is totally off. Okay, so by using this port we will set the firing angle of converter 1 and converter 2. Okay, so at the middle your firing angle will be 0. Okay, you can see I have set the middle point, so my firing angle is set to 5. Okay, once you can press it, it will be set to actual firing angle. Okay, now I will change once I want to control the controller 1. So you can at the left side you can control the converter 1. So its range is 0 to 180 degree. Okay, so you can see when I am wearing this port to left side to right side at the middle, then it will change to 0 to 180 degree. Okay, you can clearly see in the video. Okay, once it is set to middle point it will be 0. Okay, now converter 1 is off, then converter 2 is now working. Okay, now you can see once I am moving forward to middle to right side, then it will be again 0 to 180 degree for the control of converter 2. Okay, you can see. Okay, whatever control angle you want you can adjust from this port, and by after that you can press it. Okay, so it will be adjust at same duty whatever you have set here. Okay, now you can connect a load here, and in the running condition you do not toggle this switch. Okay, once you have toggled this switch it will be indication the error. Okay, reset trainer. So at that time you can turn off it, then again turn on. Okay, without load do not turn on the MCB. Now we will see the gate pulses on the trainer test points. Okay, now we will see in the circulating mode. So in the circulating mode converter 1 and converter 2 both are working. Okay, so at this circulating mode the firing angle range is 0 to 180 degree. Okay, so 0 to 90 degree converter 1 is having maximum voltage. Okay, and at 90 to 180 degree converter 2 having a maximum voltage. Okay, like that it will be work. Okay, so you can see the firing angle range is 0 to 180 degree. Okay, so you can see it is 0 to 180 degree. One more thing is in the circulating mode, first you can turn on the control supply, then press the start button, so it will adjust the control angle to 90 degree for both converter. Okay, so in the circulating mode you can first turn on the control supply, then turn on the pulses, then after you can turn on the MCB with load. Okay, once you have not connected the load and only you can observe the gate pulses, then it will not required. Okay, so now you can connect the gate pulses test points and you will see on the DSO. Now here I have connected the DSO for this. Channel 1 is for the ZCD, positive ZCD for the converter 1, and second channel we have connected the gate pulses for G11. Okay, so now turn on this supply. Okay, once you have turned on the supply, you can see the ZCD will be detected. Okay, at the center point you can see ZCD will detect. Okay, now turn on this non-circulating mode. Okay, so now press the start button and you can apply at the initial stage the applied duty is 170 degree. Okay, now you can, by pressing this button, we can adjust the duty at 28%. so you can see here it will softly start the duty and it will adjust to 28%. Okay, so now you can see the ZCD is detected here. Okay, and the 28% duty it will be on and remaining it is off. Okay, at the same time you can see this is the converter 1 pulse. Now I have connected the converter 2 pulses, so you can see the converter 2 is off, totally off. Okay, so here I have connected the converter 2 pulses. Now we have seen the G11 pulse. Now you can see the G13 pulse. Okay, so it is totally opposite. Okay, so likewise this the converter 1 is working. Okay, now we have set the firing angle to converter 2. Okay, so first you can set the initial position 0 degree. Here mid at a mid you can set the initial position 0. Okay, then at the from right side you can vary the port and you can adjust the converter to firing angle. Okay, so now you can see the converter 2 pulses I have connected and the ZCD I have connected here. Okay, now by pressing this button you can see my duty will be set at 46%. Okay, now you can see the duty is set to 46%. Here the G21 pulse, this is the positive cycle, so it is the positive ZCD we have connected here. So here the G21 pulse, so G21 pulse. Okay, now this is the opposite pulse. Okay, so for the opposite pulse you can connect the negative ZCD, so you can see the negative ZCD here, so negative ZCD and the negative pulse. Okay, now again we have connected the ZCD1. Okay, so now you can see the ZCD1. Okay, and opposite pulse. Okay, now I have connected here to positive pulse, so you can see positive ZCD, positive pulse for the converter 2. Okay, now we will see the converter 1 pulse at the converter once converter 2 is working now, so the pulse is 0. Okay, converter 1 pulse is 0, converter 2 pulses is at 46%. Okay, now we will see the gate pulses on converter 2. Okay, now we will see with this reference you will see this thing. Okay, so you can see the both pulses. I have set the both pulses G1 and converter 1 for channel 1 and converter 2 for channel 2. So here the converter 2 is working, so it is a pulse and the 0. Okay, now I have set this to converter 2. Okay, some angle, then apply, so you can see it is set to converter 1 firing angle and the converter 2 is 0. Okay, now converter 1 146% duty, 146% duty, and converter 2 is off. Converter 1, converter 2 is off. Okay, now we'll see in the circulating mode pulse. Okay, turn on the circulating mode, then here turn on the control. Now you can see the pulses at initially converter 1 and converter 2, both pulses are set at 90 degree. Okay, so it will start and it will adjust at 90 degree. Okay, now you can see it is adjust at 90 degree. Okay, once now we will set the firing angle. Okay, so by using this port I will set the firing angle. So here I have set the firing angle for the 0 to 90 degree. Converter 1 is working. Okay, having a maximum voltage, and converter 2 having the remaining voltage. Okay, so same thing we will see on the pulses. Total pulse firing angle is 180 degree. Okay, so 53 firing angle I have set for the converter 1. Then press enter button, so you can see it will adjust the firing angle. Okay, so now you can see the 53% for the converter 1 firing angle, 53% for the converter 1, and 127% for the converter 2. So total firing angle of this both converter is 180 degree. So from here you can see the firing angle. Okay, so here you can take 0. Okay, so from here you can take the 0. Okay, so some 57% 53% duty we have set the converter to. So 53% it is off, and after 53% duty it will turn on remaining for the 180 degree. Okay, and at the same time converter 2 is at for 127%. so it is for start from 0 to 170% it is off, 127% it is off, then after 127 to 180% it is on. So once you can adding both the pulses, it will be 180 degree. Okay, 53 it is off, 53 it is on, like that. Okay, so it is 180 degree. Okay, now I have set this to after 90 degree, means more than the 90 degree. So now converter 2 is having a more pulses, converter 1 having a low pulses. Okay, but apply it. Once I have applied, you can see the pulses. Okay, so you can see 113 I have set the pulses for 113. So converter 1 is having a more firing angle, converter 2 having a low firing angle. So now output voltage of the converter 2 is now more and converter 1 is now low. Okay, so you can see the firing angle also. 113 firing angle for the converter 1 and 67% firing angle for the converter 2. After 68% it will be turn on, after 113% it will be turn on. Okay, so you can see here, so summation of both it will be 180 degree. Okay, so likewise this you can test your converter and you can see the gate pulses. Okay, now we will see with sync phase. Okay, so you can see I have set here the sync and the G1 pulse. So here you can see my set angle is 113. So here it is the 0, ZCD is detected. So for the converter 1 it is 113%. Okay, after 113 it will be turned on to 180 degree. Okay, for same for the converter 2. Okay, so converter 2 is set for the 67%. So after 67% it will be turned on remaining to 180 degree. Okay, so likewise this you can set your firing angle and you can test your gate pulses accordingly. Okay, thank you. In the next video we will see the non-circulating